just come for a bit of a drive today up at Capertee. It's up on the end of the valley, on the southern end, so it's sort of, we're on the road here between Mudgee and Lithgow. So yeah, just come here to the Capertee Hotel for a beautiful lunch just before we head off down about 4k's down the road to the lookout. So we'll go down there and check out the valley from up here. But oh, beautiful day. The whole weekend's been great. Let's just enjoy the beautiful burger and a nice cold drink at the pub. Well, I've just arrived here at Pearsons Lookout. It's located about 3k's south of Capertee, the actual little village itself. We're just south of it, and we're just going to check out the stunning views from this lookout. As we've said a few times, this valley is actually a canyon, and the canyon is the widest canyon in the world. It's 30 kilometers wide, 1 kilometer wider than the Grand Canyon in America. And it's also classed as the second largest canyon in the world, so pretty good. So we're just looking at the canyon. Now if we look straight ahead there's a little sort of a peak, and if you sort of compare it on the sign to over there, Newcastle is 168 k's east. You've got Petoni's Crown, which is sitting straight up over there on that sort of flat area. And where we were the other day in Glen Davis Township, it's sort of in that little bit of a valley there with the little pyramid shape on the left and the flat area on the right. So that's your Glen Davis Township, where the oil shale ruins were. If we look over here to the left a bit, just where it starts to go up to the top, that's Glen Alice, where we're actually staying. So yeah, magnificent. Standing here at the Capertee River, and actually you can have a good perspective of how big this canyon really is. So you got your cliffs way over there, way down there, and it stretches way up here to Glen Alice. So it's amazing how big it is. And it's pretty amazing how we can travel the world to all these fantastic places, and we actually have the widest canyon in the world right at our doorstep. How good is that? Well, g'day. We've set up base camp here at Glen Alice for the weekend. We're staying on a Hipcamp we've found. It's country canyon camping, and it's been absolutely amazing. It's really good. So I've actually got the owners of the property here with me, Bruce and Lyn, and we might have a little chat to them about the history of the property and a little bit about the Hipcamp itself. So over to you guys.
Welcome to Eurella, which is the name of the property, and welcome to the Hipcamp at Canyon Country Camping.
Yeah.
So
what's the history of the property?
Yeah, so the property's got a lot of history. It's 3,500 plus acres, or 1,440 hectares. I've been here 56 years. I came with my parents in 1965, and it's been a mixed grazing property most of that time, except for the last few years when we've diversified a bit. It's in a spectacular part of the world, I believe, as being a biased resident of the Capertee Valley. We have some spectacular sandstone cliffs in the valley, and it's the widest canyon in the world, far wider than the Grand Canyon. And yeah, it has amazing scenery. It's got a lot of history. The property itself, it was a land grant to Simeon Lord, who had Macquarie Place in Sydney, and Governor Macquarie offered Simeon Lord a choice of lands over the western side of the Blue Mountains, and so Simeon Lord allowed Governor Macquarie to have his land in Sydney to start the formation of the plan of the City of Sydney, and Eurella has not had an acre added to or taken off it since Simeon Lord took up the land grant.
Wow, that's awesome, isn't it?
Yep, it's good.
Yeah, you sort of wonder when you look at all these the country out here. You sort of think, where does it all start, and how do you clear it, and all that? And would have been a lot of work because it would have been just all trees back then.
Yeah. I'm assuming so, Glenn. So I know for a fact that our family has never taken a green tree off the open country since we've been here.
Wow.
And the two families that owned it for a total of around 65 to 70 years prior were also very environmentally conscious.
Wow.
But you are right. From first settlement, there were remnants of along the floodplain of massive trees that were ring-barked to allow agriculture production to take place, and as a result there's been a bit of a negative in terms of salinity with that, but personally I've been involved with environmentally and conservation agricultural equipment, and I'm very proud to say that I took the product that I was involved in the research of, and the development was done here on our place, and we won an Implement of the Year award in 1991, and I took that to America for the company. So we're pretty environmentally conscious about our farm, because we want to hand Lyn and I want to hand the farm on to whoever takes it on after us in what we believe to be a better state than what we took it over. So that's how we live our day.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, recently, Hipcamp.
Hipcamp. I just bumped into a lady in Bathurst back in January, and I had started this little idea, let's have a camping ground, and that was because back in 2010 we joined up with a promoter and we ran music festivals here for 5 years, and they grew organically from 2,000 to 5,000. It was a lot of fun. They finished at the end of their lease, and then we had drought, then we had fire, and and then we had rain, so and COVID. So with all of that, my little business didn't happen for a little while, but I wanted to utilize this space. And as you can see up the back over here, we have got all these poles standing up. They suspend all of the sails off there, and that little shed projects a laser up, and it was fabulous. They had the stage going that way, they had another live band going that way, another band this way. The people that picked the spot, I must say, up until they came and knocked on our door, these promoters, and said, we want this spot in the canyon. Do you own this spot? And luckily it was on our place, and they said, that's a natural amphitheater. So they came here and they did all the sound wave checks, and it all ticked the boxes, and away they went. So we were fortunate to have that experience. So post the floods lately, I thought, let's open it and get things going. We have a good promoter, a high rail promoter coming next week, with the plan of in October having live music here, Australian bands.
Oh, how good would that be?
That will be great. We want that with what they call a hero event. I've been working with Discover New South Wales because we need to repair our road. It was damaged through the fire patrols, and they're very keen to see a hero event here, something that will grow organically over the time. The valley needs a place to be, so like a destination. So we want to build that, bringing in live Australian talent, bringing in local Australian talent. We've got a really cool Wiradjuri element in town, a meeting place. I've been involved with them. And there's some great singers and didgeridoo and all sorts of guitarists.
How good's that going to be?
I want to bring them in, and smoking ceremony and welcome everyone.
Awesome.
This valley was part of the clans of the Wiradjuri. The Wiradjuri is a huge tribe.
Yeah.
And it ran from like Armidale, I believe, all the way down to near Goulburn and out towards Burke. And the clans that were around here, they use this area for their birthing for their women.
Oh, wow.
So it's very powerful.
Mm.
And I've learned all this from being with these people,
Yep.
researching a book I was doing, and
Okay.
they were just so helpful to me. So I want to involve them in our event.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
that would be cool. And do, you know, camping, you
Yep.
know, make it a week-long event. You know, I've been talking to people about bringing in wagons and giving people farm rides and doing farm experience. Bruce has got some really good dogs.
Yeah,
Kelpies,
yeah,
you
saw
know,
them earlier.
bring
They're
the dogs
great.
around. Yeah, you know, just
Yeah.
have a really, you know, good experience, farming
Yep.
experience. We love it here,
Yep.
and we just want people to love it too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we've been here for a few days now, and like I said, we've used it for a base camp to visit this beautiful canyon. And wow, you know, we've just got sunset happening here at the moment, and the way that the cliffs light up is truly amazing. So we've been quietly blessed have the opportunity of staying here. So yeah. All right. Well, this is awesome. Thank you for that. And
Yeah, well, Hipcamp,
yeah,
here we
Hipcamp,
go.
yep,
They've
Hipcamp.
brought you here.
Yep.
Here we go.
They've brought you
That's
here.
it.
Yep.
Like we've only had one or two campers in January. I joined Hipcamp when I
Yes.
bumped into this lady in
Yep.
February, and we had a fabulous time for Easter. We've had perfect weather.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
350 at the peak on Saturday,
Yes.
and everyone had space.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
it's a wonderful
yeah.
area.
It's all nicely mowed. There's toilets. Toilets are cleaned every day. There's water.
Yeah,
There's dump points. It's just,
that's good.
if you want somewhere to come, this is the place. It's I don't know, how's it getting better than this? This is awesome. So thank you, Bruce and Lyn,
Thank you.
and yeah, all the best for October.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn.
You better come back.
Put on your list, be here, because it's going to be something special. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're just looking at this mountain here. It finishes in a triangle peak. It's 3,333 feet above sea level. And apparently you can see it from far and wide. It's one of the highest points around. The whole area up there is where Aboriginal women used to go for birthing. It's a very sacred area. Yeah, it's been sitting up there above us, our campsite here. We've got cloud running over it this morning, but we've had fog and we've had sunsets, and it's just lit up. Yeah, it's been very spectacular view.